Like with you, like with me, and some XYZ. If you keep continuing, I hope he can improve. He can improve, but his mentality should be positive, not the mentality of thinking about his family, about his country, or about his XYZ.
His life. He's talking now about his life.
Yeah.
He say, my life, I am young. What can I do with my life? This all.
This is the time to do. This is the time. The time will go and never will come back. The past will go, never come in present. And the present never will go in futures. You know?
Yeah.
The present is present where the day. The day gone, it's closed. Everything is. Stay in this environment. The environment will give him some like output that you do in this age, he will get idea. If he stay with Shabab, mind he can be, mind will go. Better to go in one place good, he will go in Haraka. Because the 10th Shabab, he have a different thinking on that age. But when you are become a more and more responsible, like for family, for a job, for your own work, you will be stuck to life.
Look, being responsible is not common in some age. If you want to be responsible, you should change yourself from the beginning. Even though there is some who has crossed the 50s and they still playing. Because they didn't change themselves, or they may have a tough life when they
Yes.
were in young.
Yes.
So you can know yourself, so you can change yourself from the beginning. When you go to sleep, you see what you have been doing when you were from this day. You know what you were doing. You know if you are doing the right or if you are doing the wrong thing. But you know, if you want to do the wrong thing, you know that there is a God that is seeing you.
Yeah.
So you know yourself. If you want to change yourself, it's not, you don't need an age to change yourself. Okay? Because even though the dead, being dead doesn't have an age. How many people who is 15 or 16 and 17 and they are gone? Okay, so no one can know when he will stay alive. So even though if you are doing some bad things, you should istighfar very quickly, as long as you can. You know.
Now.
So as long as you are doing bad things, you should do in the opposite very good things. Okay? Because if you have one bad things, the one good thing, it will be counted for 10.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
So even God will give you a chance to change yourself. Okay, do a mistake, do 2, do 3, even though do 2 istighfar, 3 istighfar, 4 istighfar for that mistake. Do the mistake and then go to tawbah. It's okay if you want to look. We are not perfect, okay? Everybody of us is making mistakes, okay? Every day, every night, every part of the second. When you talk about someone, when you if you say humar to someone,
Anybody.
everything is a mistake. It will be counted, right? But what is erasing them? The istighfar. So as long as you are going with the God, as long as your life is being perfect.
So you mean to say whenever we do mistake, we go
Whenever
to
you are doing mistakes, wherever you are doing right things.
The mistake is called purposely or what? Is purposely? The mistake is 1 time, 2 time, million time. It should go to trillion time? No. It should be, there is a called updates and to make improvements.
Yeah, you can change yourself. But if I know that you can change yourself, I know that you can improve yourself to don't do the mistake. But somehow way, like you say in your story, that the man he back to praying and salah, but then he back to his mistake again.
Yes.
So the man is still doing what he has improved himself, right? To do a good thing. But then he come back. When the time that he come back, he should go again to pray. You know? Even though you know yourself. Sometimes you miss one bride, you miss two bride, right? But you should what do you call it? Continue, so you can complete what you have missed, right? Even though you are still alive, so you can istighfar all time. Before you are sleeping, you say, "Rabbi amhani dhunubi," and God will give you. You know. So as long as you are alive, if you have done mistake, you should go fastly and rearrange your mistakes.
This is the best one. But what I mean to say, mistake is happening when Allah has created a man. He's already written that this is the mistake will be happen with you.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, we will drop you in the world. You will have to do mistake. But
في لا يرد القضاء الا الدعاء.
نعم.
ايوه هذا اسمها ترجمة لها الانجليزي.
You understand what did you say?
The God, he says, لا يرد القضاء إلا الدعاء. You know that everything is maktub.
yes,
Before you have born, right?
yes,
But somehow, if you have prayed to Allah that can He forgive you, that make you a good person,
hey,
it will be changed.
it will be
Yeah.
changed.
You know, the kuffar in the whole day, he will come. Oh God, he was kafir, right? Okay, God, I'm kafir. You know that I will be kafir, right? God, He knows that he will be kafir and he will die when he is kafir.
Right.
But the God in this life is like a test, right? He gave you a chances to be a Muslim or to do the right thing. He gave you the Quran. He gave you the, So you are in a stage of a test, right? Allah told us that before we born, we all know that we take the al-amana. That we will be a good person and we will be only praying for God, right? Before we born. So I will give you an example. If you are studying a course, okay, then you come to the test, and when you come to test, you don't know anything, okay? You have the questions, and there is some hints to do the questions. You take the hints to do the questions, right? To solve it. If you do it right, and you have studied more, right, before the exam, so you'll be doing very well, right? But you can't ask the God when you are, or you can't ask the teacher to give you the answer directly, right? He can maybe give you a hint to do the question. He can repeat the question for you, right? But he can't give you the answer because you are in a test. When you finish your test, you got your scores, right? So now you can rearrange you can reading your book to know what is the best the good answer. What if your answer was good or not? So you have taken it before you had been born. And now you are in a test. So if you do well, you will succeed. If you didn't do well, you will fail.
Like that.
The same life, the same like exam. If you have done well, you will succeed. If you didn't do well, you will fail.
So I think I have to be staying with same standard. Huh? If I'm in the 7th standard, I will be in the 7th standard. I will be repeat my revision.
Even though in the exam Some people who got very excellent, some people who take very good, acceptable, right? Even though in the akhirah, some people will be very good, like Hafizat al-Quran,
Yeah.
like who died in jihad, they are very good, and they are still, it's a degrees for who take the honor, who take the honor 1, honor 2, honor 3, and so on, until that there's someone who failed, who didn't pass the exam very well. You know, so life is like an exam. You know, in the exam you can make mistakes. If you have done mistakes, it will become for you. The only difference that God, He gave you a hands and He gave you the Quran, He gave you istighfar to forget you, to clear your mistakes. And you are the responsible. You can clear it by yourself and you can keep it, or you can make more mistakes, or you can make more positive things.
Good, I like.